Right, we're going to make a start now. Now, you may notice there's only one of me, not two of me. MJ's got some technical issues. Hopefully, he's going to be able to join. If not, I'm going to have to go solo. Obviously, half of this is down to MJ to do, but I'm going to have to try and wangle my way through this bit anyway as best I can. So bear with me. I've got a few notes from MJ anyway, which is luckily, but I'll make a start anyway and see how we get on. So good morning and welcome to our Halloween edition of Procurement Pulse, hence the pumpkins. So don't be too scared. I'm sure you'll be fine. Actually, MJ is here. He's obviously a ghost, so you can't see him. That's why he's not on screen. Just a bit of housekeeping. All cameras and microphones have been disabled, and this webinar is being recorded. Your names may be visible, but we will be editing this after the show, and it will be uploaded on our YouTube channel. So please check it out. So I'm Richard, part of the direct channel team here at KSS Procurement Services. And I was going to say, let's hand you over to MJ to go through the agenda, but unfortunately, I'll do that myself. So over to me. So today we're going to do a framework focus on our managed services. We're going to have a few Q&As, if there's any. I know we've got a couple already, so hopefully there may be some more. If you want to ask anything, please drop it in the Q&A section. And what's next? What's coming next on our Procurement Pulse? So managed services for business solution Y20023. Let's meet some of our awarded suppliers. So as you can see, we've got a variation of different suppliers on our user guide. Some well-known people and some not so well-known, but all very, very good at what they do and helping us with our frameworks. I'm now going to go through a few of the most common sorts of areas that people use the managed services for. So, I mean, it's a vast, vast framework. It covers all sorts of things: AV, human resources, print management, for instance, communication systems, things like radio systems, call handling, record management, network and audio systems. It does AV, server hosting, mobile technology, which things like mobile security, device management, that sort of thing, CCTV, security, camera systems. Facilities is quite an interesting one because it does things like space planning, furniture, smart lockers, office transformation. So if you have lots of different IT and non-IT requirements within your organisation, this framework could be the answer to all your needs. At this point, I was going to hand you over to MJ, but obviously I'm not. And he was going to quickly go through some of the most common requirements the public sector is requesting around managed services. So cybersecurity is very, very common. It's probably the most common thing that people use the framework for. It's one of the main reasons why the public sector use this framework. Server security is especially important as the digital assets are all important. Customer data needs to be secure, hence the server security. So how are you ensuring that now? We have all these suppliers on board who can support you in this. Network security, it's also very, very important. What sort of firewalls are you using, if any? Hopefully you've got some in place to keep all those external threats out. Very, very important. Cloud security, data storage. I'm going to go into a bit more detail shortly, but now everyone is moving away from physical files and storage boxes. How do you ensure information is stored in the cloud securely? We need cloud security. Internet of Things security. We all use them in our own personal lives, but increasingly more and more at work. Medical sensors, smart door lockers, smart cameras, the list goes on. Anything which uses the internet could potentially be manipulated. You being part of the public sector, you need to be ensuring you are doing everything you can to ensure maximum security for all your data and for your staff. So that's cyber security. The next topic, cloud hosting. Now this is becoming more common. Why and what are the benefits? It helps reduce your carbon footprint, for one, very important. You need to maintain, there's no need to maintain a bulky server in the office somewhere which drains energy and takes up lots of space and emits lots of heat. You can get the latest technology and upgrades which are now available to you. This isn't easy or possible with normal servers. So servers can be renowned for being hard to upgrade. Sometimes you need to replace them all. Backup and disaster recovery is easy. Being it is a cyber attack or the basement where your servers are stored or gets flooded, we'll have business continuity as you have cloud hosting. So basically, if you've got cloud hosting, anything goes wrong within your business, you have a fire, you have a flood, something happens. If you've got it on the cloud, it's safe, it's secure, and it's there if you ever need it. There's no need to shut the offices down because you've still got all the data you need. Very, very important. And we hear lots of stories lately about cybersecurity and cloud hosting and how it's actually helped when that does happen. Hybrid working solutions. Now, you either love it or you hate it. Personally, I love it. I love being at home. Sometimes not all the time because I get chores to do that I would normally have to do if I wasn't at home, but there you go. The question is, how do you support your organisation and your employees with solutions to be able to offer, this as a perk, which most people see it as? This framework can support you with things like your hardware, for new starters, where do you get the laptops on, all that sort of stuff. For software support, maybe remote support, and obviously maintenance. We have the framework for you. Again, as we said, managed services are vast frameworks which covers all these areas. Next one, data storage. So this is going to be pivotal. If the public sector is going to be successful in their digital transformation, the ability to move away from those boxes of files sat in the office, warehouses filled with data, paper everywhere, this is going to be the best solution for you. Now that you can back it up on the cloud, it is a game changer. Putting those files on cloud is a game changer. It gives you increased security as the data is secured from being affected by, as we said before, floods, fires, things like that. And also you get reassurance from the provider that it's backed up and it's safe. It's cost effective. It is cost effective. Why pay for all that space to store boxes of data that's all paper related? It does save you a lot of time. Access is easier. It's easy to access. Go and find me that file. You can look it up rather than going somewhere and looking through 15 boxes to find what you need. So again, cost effective, saves you time, saves you space. You can always access the information, as I said, via the internet, which is easy. As I said, a lot easier than looking through boxes. Finally, you have added layers of security. This ensures that everyone who shouldn't have access doesn't have access to it. So there's sort of the four sort of key, most common areas that we're finding with managed services that we're being asked to, talk to the public sector about when it comes to our framework. There's obviously vast amounts more that can be talked about. And again, we do want to go through too many of them because it is quite a lumpy subject. Now, I've had a few questions come through, which I was going to ask MJ, so I'm now going to ask myself, which is quite good. Never done that before. One of the ones is, we've had a school coming through saying, they need advice, with getting sort of some cybersecurity in place, that sort of thing. What's the best thing to do? Now, the best thing to do is to obviously contact us. Contact us. We will then put you through to the relevant suppliers that can obviously help support you. We need to have a chat about what you need, how we can support you, what your pressure points, your pain points are within your organisation. And that way, we can then talk to you about the benefits of our framework. We could then, as I said, give you access to all of our suppliers that would be more than happy to give you some free advice on what they feel is best suits your needs. So hopefully that's helped you as well. The other question that we've had that, again, we get asked quite a bit is, because it's such a vast framework, as I said, there's lots of different services on there and lots of different suppliers. Now, when you're using one of our frameworks, we always say, could you use one of our customer access agreement forms, which is a non-binding, non-legal document. It's purely for our own due diligence and to prove that you can use that framework. Now, when you do it once, you don't have to do it again for the lifetime of that framework. So once you've signed the customer access agreement once, you don't have to do it again. But if you are doing procurement and using various suppliers, which some people like, you do have to fill out a confirmation of award for every single contract that you put through the framework. So once for the customer access agreement, but for every procurement and every contract made, whether it's with the same supplier, if it's a different contract for something else within that supplier, you still have to fill out a confirmation of award. So hopefully that's helped. And again, another little question that's coming in is, so cyber security worth spending money on? Yes, it is. It is the future. If you don't do it, your organization is at risk. So any advice, anything you need to know about frameworks, please come to us and we will give you full attention and hopefully answer some of the questions you have. So what's next? Next month, we are going to, hopefully, IT software permitting, we're going to cover a few of our frameworks just to show you that we've got very good versatility and a good portfolio of frameworks for all the public sector. November is winter. We're going to do winter maintenance. We're going to do wheelie bins and curbside recycling containers, because that's one of our new frameworks. We want to tell you about that. Records information management, integrated community care and equipment. So that's going to be live 30th of November, 11 AM. Hopefully 2 of us, if not definitely 1 of us, should be on the call. Hopefully it will be 2 of us this time. So please join us then. Watch out for the links in the LinkedIn comms coming out and the emails. So I think that's all we've got time for, really. Obviously, it would have been slightly longer if MJ was on the call, and that does prove that he does talk more than I do, because normally they run over to at least 25, 30 minutes. So that's something to take into account. So for myself, I'd like to thank you all for joining myself. And on behalf of MJ, obviously, sorry he couldn't be here, but if there's anything you need to know, you've got my contact details there. And I will, out of courtesy, put MJ's up as well. There you go. There's MJ's as well. So please feel free to contact either of us if you need us to talk to you about any of our frameworks, not just the managed services one, or if you want us to talk about a specific subject on future procurement pulses. So as I said, November the 30th, 11 AM live for the next session. We will be doing another one in December, probably early December. We're going to call it our Christmas special. Hopefully we'll have some mince pies and things like that on show for you. And again, thank you very much for your time. And I'm going to have to do this by myself as well. Keep your finger on the pulse, the procurement pulse. Thanks very much. Take care. Bye-bye.